Hello everybody, it's good to have you see me again. It is nearly lunchtime on May 12th, 2013, and doing a video blog. I missed one last week. I was in Korea at a friend's wedding reception. Andrew York, shout out. Just had the opportunity to go there for the weekend, which was super nice, and just really chill because last week was the least packed week of SBS, and so it was nice to be able to go then. Worked out perfect to be able to go and see Andrew and Terry, his new wife, and just spend some time with them. Super big blessing, and so that was awesome. This week we went through 1 Timothy, 1 Thessalonians, and 2 Thessalonians, and all three of those books were absolutely amazing. Paul's heart really in all three of those books is a lot of discipleship, and he addresses a lot of things in the Ephesian church towards Timothy and 1 Timothy, and living out a Christian life and Christian life in regards to church and how that looks in church. And I think a lot of things that get misconstrued from 1 Timothy are because of the setting of the book. So you get things like it looks like only men can be overseers and deacons, but in the circumstances of Ephesus at the time, women were overthrowing men's authority and rule in relationship, and were actually domineering. And so we get this idea that in modern church, that men are the only ones who can be elders and overseers, deacons, that whole thing. But that was only specific to the events in Ephesus that Timothy was facing. And so you get things like that, as well as other things like women need to be quiet or can't teach, or that whole spiel. And it was really circumstantial, and we see that women are in authority all throughout the New Testament. Phoebe is commended as one by Paul, who is at the church at Cenchrea near Corinth, and she's then sent to Rome by Paul. And so there's a lot of women in leadership. But 1 Thessalonians and 2 Thessalonians are absolutely amazing books. Paul addresses a lot of topics in them both, as well as a major topic being the end times and the return of Christ, and our response and actions towards that until that time. And so those books were just excellent going through. Really enjoyed them, learned a lot. I think one of the biggest things I learned was out of 2 Thessalonians or 1 Thessalonians, and it's in chapter 5, and it's from verses 16, 17, and 18. And the Lord, I was just meditating on it this week, and the Lord was really speaking to me through the command of pray continually, or pray without ceasing, as it says in some translations. And it really just spoke to me a lot, just thinking about prayer, that a lot of us think prayer has to do with intercession and petitioning and just crying out for something. But if we go back to the root of prayer, prayer is just speaking to God. It's relationship with the Lord. And so this relationship, Paul sees the desire of God's heart for relationship with the saints, and he says pray continuously, continuously be in a relationship with God, because he wants to be in a relationship with you continuously. And so involve him in every part of your day, involve him in everything you're doing, so that he can be a part of your life. So that praying continuously isn't just you sitting in a corner and praying for the church in China all day, but it's that constant relationship with Jesus, doing what he is asking of you, involving him in everything you do. That there's this idea that we want to make Jesus the priority in our life, but priority means that he's number one, and there's something second to Jesus, and Jesus should be the center of everything. And so it's not put Jesus in priority, it's make him the center of everything. So everything you do should be centered around Christ. That out of 1 Corinthians 10:31 says whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, let it all be to the glory of God. So involving Jesus in everything that you do, whether it's eating, drinking, or whatever you do, that Christ should be the center. And so that was huge for me this week, just a good refresher and reminder. And just setting up just those quiet times with the Lord to make sure that I am putting him in the center of everything, and that he is involved in everything that I do, because I don't want him to not be. So really exciting week. We did ministry this week, and at the handicapped home, we were able to take them out to the park this week, which is a huge blessing. It's the first time we've been able to actually work with those people instead of just working at the home cleaning and stuff like that. So it was a huge blessing to be a part of that. And not this week, but next week I'll be starting at Claire's Hospital, and we'll be doing prayer ministry for people in the hospital and preaching the gospel and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be sweet. I just want to thank everybody for their prayers for me in this time and everything the Lord's doing in my heart. That God is just taking me to such deep places with Him, and I'm learning so much. And I am so stoked for everything God has for me here, because there's so much in store, and really looking forward to everything the Lord is doing in my life, and what He wants for me. And so you just be continually praying for that, and just keep me in your prayers. And and right now I'm just praying for people in the school for financial need, and there are a couple students who have financial need, and if you would like to give to them, you can send me an email or give to my missions account, which is linked onto my blog. And if you would like to give to them, you can just shoot me an email, let me know that you donated some money, and I will give it to them when I receive it. So I just want to be partnering with the students in my DTS, as I have all been already, but give you the opportunity as well, because I don't want to hold back the blessings for just myself. So if you would like to, please let me know, and I can do that on your behalf. So thank you so much, and I will do another video next week, and you'll get to hear all about Romans. We did our first out loud read of Romans and went through it 3 times already on Saturday, and super powerful book. Loved it for years, and I'm looking forward to getting into more of it and seeing what we can pull from it. So I'll let you all know all about that next week. Until then.